back. It's Trey back with another video. This right here is going to be a very, very important video because interviews, once you get an interview, you want to do really good on it. You got, because, as some people, it's hard for them to get interviews. So when you get it, you don't want to mess it up. And my thing is I always say, hey, focus on certain things. Don't be all over the place. Drill, hone in your skills, stuff like that. But there's two ways to do interviews. You can let them question you and drill you with questions that have nothing to do with the job and what you're going to be actually doing. Or you can go in the interview as a more of a consultant to see what their pain points are, what their problems are. Like, what are they hiring you for? Like, what's going on? Like that. That's the best way to do interviews. Because if not, it's like I said, they're gonna drill you. They will literally drill you. But if you can go in there and slick drill them, this it's a power move. It shows them you know what you're doing. You're gonna take charge. They're not gonna have to babysit you, and you know what you're doing just by based off the question that you're asking. Like I said, now I wrote this one post. It's long, but it's so important. Definitely need to go through it. So we're gonna go through it. I'm gonna kind of give you like a video training part of it, like how it works, how to do it and stuff like that. So yeah, so how I pass 9 out of 10 interviews to get into cybersecurity jobs every time. And I use this for pretty much every job. And I've been using this techniques for the last 20 years easy. 20 years easy. And it worked for every field because it's a concept and it's a framework. And my mindset, I like to learn concepts and then I can kind of apply it to any genre of life. All right, so we're gonna do a vulnerability management one, and we're gonna do a Agentic AI security one. All right, so all right, got a podcast section at the bottom. Definitely take a read this article, little thing, and it's a GRC engine and an analyst version of it too. Let's see. All right. So what we're gonna do is, all right, this is very important. Read life changing, no crime because it's long. LOL. This concept can really be used for any job. Most cybersecurity interviews are stiff, one-sided, packed with theoretical questions. But what if you flip the script? What if you treated the interview like a team meeting and show up a working solution before they even told you what they needed? And so you pretty much come into the interview like you're a consultant, like you already work there, and you come in there like the boss of the team, telling you their pain points, telling you the problem, the issues they're trying to solve. Then if you have honed in your skills, you probably got a project that they're asking for about the pain points. Like I'm pretty sure if you got if you done did the 30 projects in 30 days, a project a day, I'm pretty sure you got their pain points in one of those projects, and you can pull your screen up. And like I said, we're gonna kind of go through that how to do everything too. All right, yeah, you can flip the script. So you go in there more like you work at the company, and you're more of a consultant and a problem solver. When somebody just drilling you with some questions that don't even pertain to the job. All right, let's see. Needed. Okay. This blog post shows you how to land a job by acting like the work has already started. We combine real world vulnerability management, sharp communication, live GitHub project to demo to prove you are not just qualified but essential. Start with the power move. Flip the interview. So the moment they ask you, because most interviewers they're gonna come in, hey, thanks for coming, yada yada yada. You're gonna come in when they ask you, hey, yeah, tell us about yourself. Or they're gonna ask you, you got any questions for us? Now, when they ask you, do you got any questions for us? This is your moment to take over the meeting. You got to be bold to do this. And most people, They don't do it because they I don't know why they not brave enough to do it because they bomb and flunk the interview anyway. So why not take a chance on yourself and just go in there bold like a lion and just go in there and take over the meeting? Because they're gonna bomb the interview most of the time anyway. Because they're gonna ask most people they're gonna ask dumb questions unless you done did a lot of studying and you got a lot of projects. I'm talking about you like know almost everything. Man, them people gonna ask you a whole bunch of stupid dumb questions. Trust me. But if you go in there and take over the interview, flip the interview. Yeah. So when they ask you, do you have any questions for us? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you can kind of go brief like if they haven't already asked you, tell us about yourself, and then you can do it their way. Or when they say, hey, tell us about yourself, you can tell them about yourself. Then you can ask them the question. Once you're done telling them about yourself, before they even get to this question part, so as soon as you're done telling them about yourself, you ask them this. So yes, hey, I got a quick question for you before we get started. Could you walk me through what a day to day look like in this role? What specific problems the company is hoping to solve, and how soon they'd like to solve them and see the results? Ask this before they even before they even get to action trying to drill you questions. Like I said, you want to ask them this, and you got to be kind of bold to ask this. But if you want the job, you're gonna be bold to ask this. All right, the one question instantly position you as a strategy thinker, gets them to reveal their biggest pain point, give you context to the frame everything you're about to show. All right, so they're gonna tell you this. Now you're gonna dig into those questions. You're gonna be listening for tools, problems, how they currently solving those things, stuff like that. Like, and you're gonna be asking, and like I said, because they're gonna tell you the problems, how they currently solving them, when they want to see results, and what's they thinking kind of going forward and stuff like that. But this is gonna give you your pain points to know which project to actually pick. It's gonna in your GitHub that you've already done. All right, then follow up with the question based on what I understood from the job description and typical challenge and vulnerability manager. I created a quick proof of concept project. Would it be okay if I share my screen and walk them through? Me, I wouldn't even ask them, can I share my screen? I'm just gonna share myself. All right. So based on what you just told me, I got a project. I'm gonna give you a brief little demo of that, and just let me know if this can help. So you see how I'm coming in as a consultant and not just somebody begging for a job or whatever. All right. Would it be okay if I show my screen, yada yada, and walk you through the project? So I got a project in my GitHub. I got a project in my GitHub that's gonna explain exactly the problem they have and how I solved it. And I probably even solved it how they want to solve it. And I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna have my screen up. I'm not even asking, can I share my screen? I'm pulling my screen up. I'm already have my tabs already ready. I'm gonna have my ammo ready to go. So they're gonna see my screen like, oh wow, this guy got all this stuff on his thumb. Like, all right, here we go. All right, here go the project done. That's based on the pain point that you got. All right, let's go in here. I'm gonna explain this, walk that through for you. All right. Let's see. Based on the proof of just a proof of concept of the project. So I'm gonna edit that. Would it be okay if I no, I ain't asking them nothing. I'm like, I'm gonna share my screen, I'm gonna show you. You have now became you now the interview becomes you're in a meeting. But a real world project before the interview. Build a real world project for the interview. Project. All right, so they're gonna give an example. So this is pretty much just give an example. All right. Host a live GitHub, public clean, readme show, ready to show, like what we just saying, to demonstrate how to discover. So they want to discover assets, prior to scan results, Generate risk-based dashboard. This stuff they want to do. Communicate fine and visual. Create a repeatable workflow. Like, okay, this pretty much they pain points. And most pain points are either they want to prioritize that, false positives, scans, reports, stuff like that. All right, so I go over here. I got a project for that. I got a project to do all that. So I pull, okay, here we go. I end up in the full blah, 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 blah. And I go through and I explain this baby detail. I give a brief of what's that. I kind of go through the diagram, kind of show them this, yada, yada, yada. And I go, look, kind of go through this. Yep. I kind of like, all right, went through that, blah, blah. And you kind of go through it in detail. Go through it in detail. Don't be scared to talk about it. This is where I did like talk about the cab meetings, and then like I said, this is the first scan. This is what we got. A lot of this vulnerability, yada yada, and you can also put some SOC tools, some GRC analyst stuff in there. All right, we got everything back. So you pretty much walk them through literally a whole front end life cycle of a vulnerability management from start to finish. It may take you 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, go through this. And once they see you going through this and they see the evidence and you explaining it in plain English, you explain it in plain and you just say, yeah, I wrote some scripts, Python and PowerShell to Screenline, like I said, and we did it on a test environment just because, we want to make sure we don't break anything. And if they work in the test environment, we do it on one VM machine, one server, and we make sure we have a rollback. And I go I explain this to them like we're doing a walkthrough video, sitting down, like we is live doing it. And once you done read this, your own project things a few times, you're gonna understand it. You can talk on it. You can literally talk on it. Like I said, you go through it. Go through it. If you want the job, go through it. All right. And once I'm done with that, and I'm still not done with them. I'm still finna hit them with some more stuff. Once I'm done with that, I'm finna ask them some more questions. So once I'm done with that demo, it may take me 10, 15 minutes. 5 minutes, nope, too short. You're doing a detailed walkthrough. You're not doing a high level. You kind of doing a high level overview, but not really. You kind of doing like a medium level. You kind of walking. You pretty much teaching them how you do it. Like I said, and the more you talk, the more better. The more time you take up, the more better. But get to the point. All right, let's see. Real world. All right, we're right here. Walk them through it like you are already on the team with them. Asset inventory. Go through. Like I said, you don't have to say, hey, my current job, this how you can say that because hey, this how we do it, yada yada, scan, yada yada yada, key insights. Like I said, you pretty much teaching them like you're doing a YouTube tutorial. All right, prioritize. All right, remediation. Tell them how you deal with remediation. All right, once patches are applied, I rescan. So this pretty much is kind of like a script. This, but you can modify it because your project might be different, and you want to apply it to different projects with GRC analyst, GRC engineer, or Agentic AI. I got 3 jobs: Agentic AI engineer, GRC analyst engineer, and GRC engineer. So 2 GRC engineer roles and 1 Agentic AI engineer role. And they both pretty much cybersecurity and code too. All right, so this pretty much kind of going through. Then kind of show me a report, like what you're breaking down. Like I said, you need to read all this. This is very important. Like I know it's long, but don't gamble. Don't gamble with yourself. All right, the final interview questions. All right, so we're gonna save this for the final question. I'm gonna give you 5 more questions. All right, these are 5 questions I like to ask them just to see where they at. Now, these questions are very simple, but all right, here they go. But here's the thing. You know how lawyers and certain people talk on such a high level and lose all these fancy words and people don't know what they're talking about? All they got to do is just say it's simple. That's what you kind of got to do. you can go ahead and ask who actually own the remediation. You can go in there and ask that. But if you talk to somebody that really don't know, they're not gonna really know that language. This is other words saying who does the remediation? Do we do the remediation? Do another part of the team do the remediation? Do they do it through spreadsheet? You got a tracker system, stuff like that. So you can say it who owns it. You can say it like they want to be smart or whatever. Sound like intelligent, but it's nothing wrong with that. All right, is there an enforced risk acceptance process? You can say it. You can say that too, or you can say it in a simpler way. I literally asked these questions. Just let me know what I'm dealing with, what tools they got, who the team is. Because most people, most companies, the remediation process is gonna be garbage. It's gonna be garbage. All right, are SLAs tied to leadership metrics or just security goals? Like I said, I may have try to find a way how to say this more friendlier. But yeah, you get my point. All right, what happens when security blocks? Like I said, you can ask that. You can find a nicer way to ask that. Like I said, there may be too lawyer languaging. Maybe might break it down in plainer language. What did the last vulnerability manager struggle with? You may can find another way how to ask that. Like you may can say something like, what things y'all want to really change and correct and really get a handle on. See how we just framed it. So some people might get offended. What happened? What did the last vulnerability management struggle with? They might get a little offended, but whatever. But so you can ask that a little nicer. All right, let's do some agentic AI stuff. All right, now these questions are kind of direct, and they might not know what the heck you talking about because most people have no clue about agentic AI cybersecurity. All right, so are you securing autonomous agent or just prompting, uh, or just prompt engineering? All right, what we're gonna do? We're gonna put we're gonna put this whole thing in ChatGPT and tell it to do it nicer. Cause ChatGPT roasting. Is there a secure agent runtime architect? I know what that means. They might not know what that means, so we got to put this in plain English. Do the agent have governance control? I I know what it means because I be an agent. I do GRC analyst stuff and stuff like that. But they might not have a clue because I had one buddy. He said he did an interview. They didn't even know what the top 10 OWASP was for agentic AI. They ain't even, that's ours. That new. I'm like, nah, that's been out for about 2 years. I said, wow. I said, yeah. Is there adversarial testing and red teams teaming? No, people might know what that means. That's pretty. That's pretty. We hear about that a lot. It pretty much are in penetration tests. Are AI secure metrics actually measured? So we gonna tell the exit a nicer, clear way to how to ask these questions. All right, let's see. And I kind of give example what they should be answering back. We modify outputs. I mean, we moderate outputs. We add prompt rules. We use content filters. This mean they don't really get that much set up. Whether it's poor, garbage, or whatever. Healthy answer. Runtime security controls. Like I said, you definitely want we can definitely. I'm gonna put all this in ChatGTP to make this be more um cleaner, not more cleaner, but more easier and not in lawyer language or such technical jargon that why did they say simple? I don't know why they don't say stuff simple. It's crazy to me how they do stuff like that. All right, let's see. We're gonna go here. All right. Make these questions easy. Make these questions nicer. These questions nicer and easy to understand in plain English. In plain in plain English. In plain English. In plain English. right? Make these questions nice and plain English and do the same for the whole post. And do the same for the full blog. All right, with that, we're gonna paste this in here to pretty much clean it up. Because right now, like, I understand. I had to go look up everything, you know, so I can understand the dog. I'm like, man, this got to be an easy way to say all this stuff. I don't know why people like to make stuff so hard. All right, so let's see the new version. All right, are you actually securing Agentic AI agent, just filtering prompts? All right, that's the easy. I needed smart questions and to X. Let's see. They still then. Do you have secure systems for running your agents? All right. Are the controls to manage what agents are allowed to do? Okay, so they clean it up. Do you test for attacks against your AI system? Okay, they cleaned it up. Do you measure real AI security performance? Okay, cool. So they cleaned it up. I kind of want to clean this one up some more too. Are you actually securing? Are you actually doing this? I don't want to say it that mean. Make this nicer. Stop playing. Make this question friendlier. Nicer. Let's see, nicer sounding. All right. Let's see. Let's see if it listens to us this time. Option 2. Can you walk me through your security agent beyond? How does your security approach to go beyond prompt control to protect agent behavior? So that question too long. What controls are in place? How do you make agent? Okay. Can you walk me through how you secure agent, AI agent? You make it just say, hey, so what all y'all do? You probably say, I just said, what all y'all do? Like we in the studio. I might even come in there and talk like that. So we just say like this. What do you do to help secure the agents? You know, uh, that's probably a good way to do it. What do you do to help secure the agents? So we'll pretty much put that there. All right. So if they say things like we check outputs, that's kind of vague. We use prompt rules. That's kind of vague too. We have content friendly. That's nice. That's cool, but that's kind of vague. A strong answer should include. Now, you don't drill them with this. This is just kind of letting you know where they at, and you get information and how much work you're gonna have to do when you get in, and what issues and problems you're gonna see, and what problems you're not gonna see. A strong answer should include controls that protect what the agent can do at runtime. Pretty much controls what the agent can do or the AI can do in production and when it's running. Rules for what tools the agents is allowed to use. It's pretty much saying what all can the agent do? What all do he got access to? What all IAM control? What all role-based controls he got? All right, oversight of agent decisions. Who oversight? Who got oversight over this stuff? Monitoring what the agent does in real time. Does it got logs? That's pretty much what they're saying. All right. Do you have a secure system for running AI agents? So that's pretty self-explanatory. Do you have a secure system for running AI agents? Do you have like some kind of system to monitor it, like a SIM or something? But you, like I said, just when I'm asking questions like that, I gotta remind myself to be like nice because they might not know what I'm talking about, and sometimes they don't. But that's good. That's you kind of almost want them in that position. So you come on there like talking on a high level, and you hit all their pain points, and you solved all their problems in the interview. There's nobody coming in the interview doing all that. Trust me, people, it's not happening. They're not doing it. Trust me. I know. I've seen and been in so many interviews. Like I said, yeah, people, and that's why I'm making this video. People interview skill sucks. I'm sad to say, but they interview skills suck. They can be the smartest whiz kid or whiz female in the world, but they got to get used to talking. You know, like I said, if my country self can get in there and do interviews and practice, anybody can do it. It's just practice. All right. All right. So if they say no sandboxing, no safe environment for the agents, no permissions for action, agents have wide access to production. Yeah, man, it's bad. You don't, but you can come in here and correct all that. You don't have to tell them what you're gonna do. You know, because you get them get time out, they might get offended or whatever. They might get offended. All right, strong answer setup should be agents tied to identity, like we just said. Agents are pretty much got an IAM, or role-based access control. Limit access only what they need. It's pretty much segmented. I mean, it's like this agent only got access to this room, and it's only what he can do. Isolated environment, like we just said, isolation environment. Policy that controls behavior. It's called SCP, where it's like a master IAM control. If anything or anybody try to can change it, it's not gonna let them do it. I don't care if they the boss, the CEO, they're gonna have to come through you and get it done. All right, are the controls to manage what the agents are allowed to do? Are there controls to manage what the agents are allowed to do? The agents can take action that can't be undone. No human will approve the high risk action. We know we want to have human in the loop on big stuff. No system to score or what to revert. Like I said, you can embed all this stuff in the code to actually do this, but a lot of people don't know it. All right. Strong answers should include. Now these are strong answers. These are kind of like they got a little something. They like at level 1. This is like level 5 or something. But there is even a level 10. All right, strong answer. Risk-based control, high risk, more checks. So they got risk-based controls. Pretty much, and they got a scoring system. Approved stuff for sensitive action, big transaction, money transactions, changes, deletes, um, updates, stuff in the pipeline, stuff like that. Logs are what decisions were made. You want log. You want everything logged. You want logs. You want a tracker on everything. Ability to explain why the agent acts. Pretty much what it does, why it's doing this, why it's making this decision. Do you test for attacks against your AI system? It's pretty much setting up in one of my courses I did a red team embedded in the system, or red team modular that's hooked on to the system and then going in and attack in a safe way. And it reviews it, give you evidence, and give you a score of what to do, what actually got through, what didn't get through. Now testing it, not let's see, testing is just trying different prompts, no simulated attacks, no testing for memory manipulation, no testing for tool misuse. So in one of my courses, I teach people how to do the red team, embedded red team, the modular red team, where you embed it in the code, you put it in the system, you get the evidence, and you pretty much know how to do it. Man, when you make this system, you know pretty much got the free payloads to do it manually, just to test if it's alerting your SIM. Strong ongoing attack testing. That's what we're talking about. Simulating malicious agent. That's what we're talking about. Test for prompt inject. We test for that. We test for the top 10 OAuth for Agentic AI and LLM. All right, detect for suspicious behavior during runtime. We test for that. Now I'll show you how to do all this stuff in the paid Agentic AI engineer course. The roadmap, I give you everything. And this stuff is not on the internet, people. Trust me. This stuff is not. The only people that talk about this stuff is the big high up. They gatekeeping. They not telling nobody nothing. They not saying a cockeyed thing. They not telling nobody nothing or what's going on, how to do it. They just like, whatever. We ain't giving you our secrets. So I'm giving the secrets. Go join if you haven't already. Agentic AI Trade School. A lot of people in there. It's a lot of smart people in there. It's a different caliber people in there. They be helpful people. Yeah, it's a different group. It's none but goats in there. It's like it's go getters. None but go getters in there. All right. Do you measure real AI security performance? Yeah. number of prompt tested, fewer unsafe response look. So pretty much, are you testing the AI security? Do you got evidence? Remember we said I put evidence and performance metrics, like what happened, what got through, what didn't get through, how many this, that, how many unauthorized actions were blocked, how often tools misuse is detected, covers a decision logger, reduce and success attacks, accuracy of detecting abnormal behavior. So you're gonna pretty much ask these little questions. You're not gonna say nothing. You just okay. All right, this here. If they start getting annoyed because you asking them questions, forget them. You asking them questions. You want they are they need you. You do not want to work with somebody that's gonna be acting crazy. So when you come in there as a consultant like this pretty much get things going. Most interviews gonna last 20 to 30 minutes, so you want to take up at least 20 to 25 minutes of their time. And you leave them 5 minutes. 5 minutes to ask you stuff. That's all you leave them. 5 minutes. And all right, so that's that. All right, one assigns you are joining the weak AI security program. No security system running agents. Agent have full access to the APIs. No logging of agent action. No identity. Access control per agent. No protection for memory or data. No threat modeling for AI risk. No testing for AI adversarial attack. No plan for responding to AI incident. This is normal. This is not in my job no more though, because I came in there cracking the whip. No, in a nice way. Governments only happen during audit. Security is added after deployment. All right. Besides, you are going in a strong AI security program, which is I haven't seen unless people like me kind of get to it and got to get in there. All right, secure design, pretty much secure by design. Secure designs for how agent runs, policy controls for what agent can do, limit permission for tools, identity. You pretty much put IAM on the zero trust on the AI agent, continuously testing the red teaming, testing based on real attack scenarios, monitoring and anomaly detections, automated government approval, secure handling for memory and RAG system, integration with SOC and vulnerability management GRC. All right, that's pretty much it on that. But yeah, like I said, we got a meeting today. Today is February 28th. Got a meeting today at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Live meeting Q&A. You can ask me anything. Come there, hang out, chop it up, have a good time. Be a lot of breathing people in there. All right. Like I said, if you haven't joined already, you can go here and put the link in the description. Let's see. This now, people, stop playing. This right here, start here Agentic AI engineer roadmap. There's nothing like that out there. And I'm still adding stuff. I got reality check, where AI headed, why you should listen to me, time audit, tools, what is vibe coding, first test, weekly wins, MVPs, PRDs. All right, I go into a little bit of the top 10 OWASP, what they look like, top 10 fails, the first red team project right there, how to do a red team test of SaaS, verify your project work, how to make a report for your project, how to post it on GitHub, how to post it on LinkedIn, how to create a voice Agentic AI security engineer mentor. All right, this is a prompt for 500 over 500 different variations for front ends. So you just put the prompt in to any project that you got and just going to create your a nice front end based on that project. How to secure the Agentic AI. How to convert any NAN project to Python. Let's see. How to run any Google. How to run anything in Google anti-gravity in the project. How to put it? I put a SOC analyst, GRC analyst enforcer on the project, embedded. How to put a GRC engineer evidence system in the project. How to put a honeypot SAM SOC analyst in any project. Yeah, that's what it is, and it's how to put it into any project. You're gonna need you're gonna need this stuff, and I show you in this course here how to literally vibe code, do agentic AI engineer for any topic, any role, any skill, any job in the world. Because I give you all the concepts and the tools on how to do it, and it's a different way of thinking. And it ain't the vibe code. You think you're gonna go online and find the stuff I'm giving in this course? It's not out there. Not to this level. Yeah, I haven't seen one video on how to actually. I heard people talking about how to secure, like talking about what to do to secure your agentic AI, but not people showing you how to actually secure it. There's two different things. How to secure it. Heard people are saying, "Hey, you should secure, do this and do this." No, but how do you do that thing you talking about? I show out in her. All right, how to add, put inside red team with evidence SAM SOC on your any of your projects. Vulnerability management, SOC analyst, GRC analyst, data analyst, data security, Q&A, program management, whatever it is. Deploy. Oh yeah, this is a good one. How to make any project into a PDF study guide. I give you the prompt for that. How to turn any project into a study guide. Deploy your agents, AI agents to the web. Take it live. How to get recruiters to come after you and now you have to chase them. How to reverse engineer any source code. How to become a freelancer. How to do it's a ATS resume app. You got access to that. And this is project 2. But all right, people, that's it. I'll let me DM got any questions. Peace out.